I have always felt like I am not the normal. I don't fit into quote unquote what society says is successful. I don't fit the mold. And I felt like that for a very long time. And I couldn't figure out why until actually this year. And so it's kind of come full circle. I'll start off by saying, I grew up in a home where my parents were divorced. It was a very awful, stressful divorce. And they would use me to pin each other against each other. And so I really had to grow up kind of finding my own path and figuring out things early on. And again, I always felt back then that I wasn't normal. I wasn't going to be the go to college, graduate, get the corporate job and climb the corporate ladder. I did the first part because my parents told me to. I got the degree. I went to college, even though I hated every second of it. I graduated with my master's in social work, and I really kind of lost myself in it. And I lasted probably a month in that job, and I just quit. I walked away and I was like, this isn't me. This doesn't feel good. And at that same time, my dad, who I looked up to so much, he was really my guiding light in a lot of things. I do have a really close relationship with him. He was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's at 60 years old. And that really changed the trajectory of my life and my thought process of life and how we're supposed to move through life. So I walked away from that job and never looked back. I never went back to corporate. This has been 11 years. I have built many businesses of my own. I built a big one, that really changed our life. And then at the end of 2024, it came crashing down and I lost everything. I lost my income. I lost my dad in the same month. And everything kind of came to a head in January of this year, 2025. I like to say that grief broke me wide open, and I just found myself again in that grief, in that quiet place of waking up to the fact that I was living in this world that I didn't feel like I fit in again. So that's kind of when I dove into understanding myself and understanding human design and understanding where I fit in. And it's completely transformed everything about my life and about who I am, who I help. And I show up every day to build what feels good to me and help others feel seen, heard, validated. Because right now we live in a world where it's not normal to not follow the trajectory that we're supposed to follow, right? The college, the job, the ladder, the having a family, having all these things that make you quote unquote successful. A lot of times we lose ourselves in it. And most of the people that I help have completely lost themselves in the shuffle. They have these jobs or these, relationships with their spouse or the relationships with their kids that they don't love. They've lost who they are and they don't know how to connect with everyone else around them. And it's just the societal conditioning that we've been in for so many years. And, 2025 is the start of, we call it the new era, where it's time to come home to ourselves and it's time to figure out who we are and how we fit into this world, because we did come here with a purpose and a gift and something that is completely unique to anyone else in this world. And it's just been hidden. It's been hidden by external validation. It's been hidden by standards that were pushed on us. It's been hidden by education system, by all these things. And again, I'll say this multiple times, we've lost ourselves in it. And so I think that it's just the beginning of something amazing. And I feel really, really excited for this new era of everything. If you feel stressed, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel invalidated, if you feel skeptical, if you feel like you don't quite fit in where you are in life, in the day-to-day, I think that just trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust who you are, and coming home to yourself and knowing that you have a gift to give this world. And losing my dad, it's really interesting because they say a lot of times we kind of wake up to this fact that there's more to life than the trajectory we're following when we lose someone so close, because it's a realization of, why am I doing this? Why am I showing up in this way when it doesn't feel good? Why am I doing this over here when it doesn't feel good? And I think that the best thing that we can do for humanity, for growth, for people that are friends, our family who have left this earth, is to utilize what we were given when we were born, and that is our energetic blueprint through our human design, and what the gifts that we have to give and the purpose that we have to fill. I think that it's a beautiful thing when we can just shut out the external noise and know that we are here for more. I realized that my oldest daughter is what we call a projector in the human design, and which is completely different from my human design. And I always thought that I was such a bad parent to her, or something was wrong because, she was defiant or she wasn't following the rules that I had. And it was honestly because I wasn't meeting her where she's at with her design. And now I know how to parent her that no parenting books talk about. I know how she needs me in a different way than my other kids need me. So I think the more that we can understand our relationship with others, also, the better we're going to be able to help the next generation, the next generation, the next generation, because it's so easy to get caught up in the struggles of today. My spouse and I struggled financially and struggled with lots of things that, until I understood him better, we did have this struggle. And so I think knowing him and knowing his design too has helped me help him in different ways, and helped me really get a sense of where he fits into the world and where I can see him in that, and where he can see me by sharing each other's experiences. What I've learned is understanding yourself the best that you can, so other people can come to you. They will come to you out of nowhere to help uplift you. The closer you live to your design and who you're meant to be, the closer you will be to those people and those things that are going to bring everything you desire into this world. Because the last 6 months have been completely transformative, even though it started with the worst heartache I've ever felt. So, if you're out there and you're stuck and you feel like you don't want to get up in the morning, and you struggle day to day, and you struggle with knowing where you're going to go in this world, and if this is it, I want to tell you that you can do this. You can do hard things. You can get up. You can go again. You can do it differently, and it doesn't have to be the same. Some people that are in your life right now might not be the best for you in your life. And that's one thing that I had to learn too, through understanding myself, is that I had a lot of people in my life who were toxic and weren't the people that were going to help me become my best self and allow me to break open into who I'm meant to be and who I'm designed to be. So it's just been a really powerful turn of events. Really appreciate you taking the time to listen.